Starion Instruments, a microline surgical company, presents the assembly, cleaning, and sterilization methods for the Miseal reposable thermal ligating system. First, you'll be introduced to the Miseal device. Next, you'll learn how to properly assemble the system and run the pre-check evaluation. Finally, you'll view a demonstration of the cleaning and sterilization process. This video is for demonstration purposes only. Please follow your facility's guidelines for proper sterile technique and contaminated device handling, cleaning, and sterilization. Miseal is the first and only reposable device that simultaneously seals and divides soft tissue using direct thermal energy. The 5mm laparoscopic instrument consists of a reusable handpiece and disposable tip and cord. The device utilizes proprietary tissue welding technology to facilitate the precise application of heat, minimizing collateral damage. Because Miseal is reposable, it offers cost-effective, eco-friendly benefits compared to fully disposable devices, as it may reduce the disposal cost of biohazardous waste. The Miseal kit contains a disposable tip and cord, which are single-patient use. The Miseal handpiece can be used multiple times when the cleaning and sterilization procedures detailed in these instructions for use are followed. The system is compatible with the compact 3-pound universal power supply. It is essential to follow these steps to ensure proper use of the device. These steps can also be found in the instructions for use packaged with each Miseal handpiece. As with other Starion instrument products, you'll find this assembly simple and straightforward. Miseal is designed to be used only with the Starion Instruments Universal Power Supply, reference 200-006R. The key parts of the device are the handpiece, shaft, rocker button, rotator knob, thumb trigger, finger switch, receptacle cap, lure cap, and flush port. Remove the Miseal tip from the outer packaging. The tip and cord are supplied sterile and intended for single use. After removing the Miseal handpiece from your facility's sterile wrapping, check the connector receptacle at the bottom of the handpiece to ensure that it is dry. Wipe it with a sterile towel, as dampness may affect the device's performance. It is unlikely that there will be dampness if the instrument is subjected to the full drying cycle as identified in the instructions for use. First, remove the tip. Keep the tip within the clear tubing. Attach the lure cap. Push the rocker button on the top of the handpiece to the load position to engage the shaft locking mechanism. A red graphic indicator will be visible on the side of the rocker button. It's important not to push or pull on the thumb trigger during assembly, as this may affect the shaft locking mechanism. With the jaws of the tip in their closed position, insert the tip into the shaft. If the jaws are not completely closed when screwed onto the handpiece, they may not completely seal or grasp. Hold the metallic tube of the Miseal tip within the clear tubing. While looking down the shaft, turn the rotator clockwise, still gripping the tip, until the tip is screwed tight and clicks into place. Ensure that the hub of the tip is in full contact with the shaft of the handpiece, so no gap exists. Remove the clear tubing and discard. Push the rocker button on the handpiece forward to the run position to disengage the shaft locking mechanism. A green graphic indicator will be visible on the side of the rocker button. Test the device by moving the thumb trigger to verify proper jaw movement. The device is now ready to connect to the Universal Power Supply, or UPS. Remove the disposable cord from the packaging. The receptacle cap should be unplugged. Uncoil the cord and align it with the key portion of the connector receptacle on the bottom of the handpiece. Insert the cord firmly into the handpiece. When in the operating room, pass the UPS connector end of the cord off the sterile field. align the key portion of the UPS connector with the instrument connector receptacle on the bottom of the UPS. Insert the connector firmly into the UPS. Turn on the UPS power switch. A light adjacent to the instrument connector receptacle of the UPS will illuminate to verify proper alignment of the connectors. If the light is not illuminated after turning on the UPS, unplug the UPS connector, realign the key portion, and reinsert into the instrument receptacle. It's now time to prep the device for the surgical procedure. Ensure that the instrument cord is firmly connected to the UPS and handpiece. Miseal has two power options accessible from the finger switch on the handpiece. The low and high power settings are activated by depressing the finger switch. The power output is manually set on the UPS. Do not touch the device tip while performing the pre-check, as this may cause injury. The following sequence will verify electrical functions. Press the buttons on the UPS to adjust the power output setting to number 1 to reduce the heat output to minimum power. For more instructions on the UPS, please see its instructions for use. The UPS will illuminate as the power output setting is adjusted. Place a sterile 4x4 gauze pad that's been soaked in saline between the jaws of the device and close the jaws using the thumb trigger. Do not depress the finger switch. There should be no steam generated from the gauze pad, nor tones emitted from the UPS. Now it's time to depress the finger switch partially to the low setting. This switch allows the user to adjust the heat output via the power supply. A hissing sound from the gauze pad and a pulsing tone indicate the device is active in the low setting, or variable mode of the UPS. This mode is utilized when vessels are being sealed. If a constant tone is emitted and steam generated, the finger switch was depressed too far. Release the finger switch and try again. To complete the high power check, continue to depress the finger switch until it's fully depressed. This engages the high power option in the device, activating the heat output to maximum power. Generation of steam with a hissing sound from the gauze pad and a continuous higher pitched tone indicate the device is active in the high mode of the UPS. This mode is utilized in avascular tissue or where sealing of vessels is not a primary concern. After successful completion of the pre-check, the Miseal device is now ready for use. The Miseal handpiece can be used multiple times when the cleaning and sterilization procedures detailed in the instructions for use are followed. The tip and cord are single-use only and should not be reprocessed. When the procedure is complete, the device should be cleaned using a prepared enzymatic solution containing 60 milliliters of Ensol enzymatic detergent per 4 liters of water at 38 degrees Celsius. Remove the lower cap from the flush port on the rotator knob. Unplug the receptacle cap from the bottom of the handpiece. Wipe down the cap with the prepared enzymatic solution and rinse with deionized water. Plug the cap into the receptacle at the bottom of the handpiece. Rinse the device with warm tap water for a minimum of 1 minute. Soak the device in the prepared enzymatic solution for 10 minutes. Make sure all movable parts, including the triggers and rotator knob, are turned or shifted. Connect a 60 milliliter Luer-type syringe filled with the prepared enzymatic solution to the flush port where the Luer cap was removed. Using the syringe, flush the inside of the shaft 3 times. Remove the syringe and repeat flushing with warm tap water. Flush until clear water exits. Brush the instrument underwater to avoid airborne contaminants. All movable parts must be turned or shifted underwater, including the triggers and rotator knob. Make sure that all visible bioburden is removed. Unplug the receptacle cap and rinse the entire device with deionized water for 1 minute. After the rinse, flush inside of the shaft 3 times with deionized water for a final rinse. Inspect the instrument for cleanliness and functionality. Before packaging for sterilization, make sure to disconnect the lure cap from the flush port on the rotator knob and unplug the receptacle cap from the bottom of the handpiece. Prior to sterilization, ensure that the instrument has been thoroughly cleaned. Appropriately wrap and sterilize the device, following the protocol provided by the sterilizer manufacturer. Remember, only the reusable handpiece may be subjected to the sterilization process. Starion Instruments recommends using the following validated steam sterilization cycles as minimum guidelines: 4 minutes at 270 degrees Fahrenheit or 132 degrees Celsius, and 20 minutes of drying time. For more information about the Miseal reposable thermal ligating system, please contact Starion Instruments at 1-800-STARION or 408-522-5200. And you can visit us on the web at www.starioninstruments.com.